Right, this is the last one third or last 5 minutes, hopefully, of this live stream. I hope I have sound. I hope it's working. But thank you, Rebecca, for pointing out that the sound had dropped out in the last one. Um, yeah, it's very frustrating having live issues with these live streams. So this will be, I think I'm going to do 2 or 3 more and then stop. And then I'll just go back to pre-recording videos because the technical issues are a nightmare. So anyway, I where was I? I think the sound dropped out in the previous video when I was talking about pigeons on ginseng. So these were some experiments done in the 90s where they injected a bunch of pigeons. And I did say, this was after the sound had dropped out, that I think these kinds of experiments are psychotic. And at some point in the future, we will look back on how we treated animals in experiments. And hopefully, as we develop technology, we'll be able to just grow cells in laboratories and experiment directly on cells and grow organs as we need to, and so on. So we won't need to do this, but we'll look back on them with horror. But anyway, personal view, it's still interesting information. They injected a bunch of pigeons with ginsenosides from ginseng, and these ginsenosides were radio labeled. They were made radioactive and watched where they went, and they all clustered in the hypothalamus, which is a part of the brain which is present in all vertebrates. And it showed that these ginsenosides were acting there to sensitize this part of the brain to the levels of stress steroid in the system. And what ginseng does really well is it helps improve stress reactivity. So the net effect is that your body reacts better to stress. It has an increased stress response when it encounters a stressor, but then that stress doesn't continue. So that ginseng does actually have a bit of a mild antidepressant effect. It improves willpower. That sounds like St. John's wort, but it's slightly different in that St. John's wort will just improve willpower because it improves mood. It works more purely, I'd say, on a mood level, whereas ginseng actually improves physical stress resistance. So it can improve resistance to infections. It can improve the immune system. It can improve physical resilience. There are some caveats. I wouldn't use it for anyone who has high blood pressure. I wouldn't prescribe it to anyone who has acute asthma. Chronic asthma may be okay, but acute asthma, no. And also, interestingly, acute infections, because it works on a cellular level and it will actually strengthen the microbes as well as you. So, if you're in the ascendancy, if your body is if you're healthy, then it's fine. Or if you're in the recovery phase, then it's fine. But if you're in an acute infection, don't take ginseng then, because you will be strengthening you and the organism at the same time, which sounds bonkers until you realize that if you slop ginseng extract into a petri dish, it will increase the stress tolerance of any microbes in that dish, bacteria and others. So if you're in reasonably good nick, it's going to benefit you. But if you're fighting off an acute infection, don't take it. Um, but ginseng is an amazing herb, particularly for those who are feeling tired or shocked or just have a lot of stress on. It is traditionally quite heating, quite warming. In Chinese medicine, they call it a qi tonic, qi being the idea of life energy. The Western traditional equivalent would be pneuma, from the Greek word meaning breath. So it increases one's ability to increases one's life energy, really, which I think is that the modern equivalent or crossover is the word adaptogen, which is a herb that helps adapt to stress. I did say a bit more in the other video, but I'm going to leave it there because it's getting quite late now, and these technical issues have gone on quite long. But I wanted to leave with just one little recipe, which I call my winter sun pills, that I make from September onwards, and that help me adjust to autumn and winter. Just that sort of mild autumn antidepressant type thing. And they are made with powdered St. John's wort leaves or herb and powdered valerian root, valerian being a good mild anti anxiety plant. And the St. John's wort is good because it's got the antidepressant effect. The valerian's anti-anxiety. So I use that in a 4-to-1 ratio. So 4 parts of St. John's wort to 1 part of valerian, and that's parts by volume. So like 4 tablespoons of St. John's wort to 1 tablespoon of valerian. I add a little bit of borage honey to bind it all together. So I make a mass or a dough with the borage honey, a little bit of saffron tincture, because saffron's antidepressant and traditionally a herb of the sun as well, like St. John's wort. A couple of drops of rose essential oil, because rose traditionally was a cordial that it's antidepressant essentially. Cordial meaning succored the heart or supported the emotional center. And rose water. So then I just make a mass with that, roll that out into little snakes, chop them up into little pea-sized pills, dehydrate those pills, and take 4 of those a night. And that, after a couple of weeks, starts improving mood and sleep. So those are good little pills. But anyway, I'm speeding this up because I'm thinking there may be a problem with my computer. So I'm hoping this is all recorded. Thank you for anyone who's watched it. If you have watched these videos in both its parts, the one where the sound dropped out and this one, thank you. Please do like, please do subscribe, and hopefully see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.